we are here with Salar from MaiPai in Hamilton. Salar, thank you so much for coming to Right Choice Happenings Realty Media Room here, all the way from Hammer.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having me out.
It's my pleasure. We've been talking about doing this for a bit. I wasn't even sure. I was thinking, I almost bobbled it. I wasn't sure if I was going to say MaiPai Pizzeria, MaiPai Tiki Bar, MaiPai.
We really just go by MaiPai, but I think anywhere I write it, we say pizza and tiki bar.
Yeah, sounds good. So I did a pizza review at your place that was much anticipated by myself for a long time. It's been around a year, maybe, something like that. And you are still holding at the top of the list for Hamilton.
Nice. Yeah, we still get, it's funny, I still see people like that realtor, or we still get followers because it'll say like, you got a follower from this reel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so it's still, reels are cool like that, right? It's like, they stick around a lot longer.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And yeah, you're up there. I believe you and Sasso are my two highest ones. I think I gave you both 9.0s, which,
cool.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of 9s, so like that's a great one. And
that's awesome because I know you eat a lot of pizza. So
I eat a lot of pizza. It's totally subjective, but there's a lot of people that like your guys' pizza. It's not a one-off that I like your place a lot.
Yeah, I mean pizza's tough because I think for so many people, like what a good pizza is to them is like just what they grow up with and like what they remember, and it's hard to like. I think it's hard to objectively judge pizza. Yeah, because like what's your baseline?
Totally, and you bring up a very valid point because a lot of people do base off what they have grown up with and get used to, and even myself when I started doing pizza reviews at first, I thought I liked thin pizza. But what I discovered along the way with pizzas like yours and other ones is it wasn't the thin that I liked. It was that thin pizza tend to be cooked properly. Where I had a bunch of thicker pizzas, not even Detroit style, just thicker pizzas that were undercooked. And to me, that can completely ruin the pizza when you're getting something that's like too doughy, not cooked. That ruins.
It's funny though, because like that, like we were talking about, like pizza memories, like that. Actually, I had a neighbor, a friend of mine, and his mom would make pizza, and it was always like it was. I think it was like the Kraft box pizza kit,
right?
So like you would just add water to the dough mix, and it was always like the thickest, doughiest pizza. But like I love that.
But it was cooked.
Nice. It was still like it was probably still a little under.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I liked that texture.
No doubt.
And then some buffalo pizza kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, definitely. Buffalo pizza sometimes it almost more commonly will be for me a little bit light on the cook, where a little bit more would kick it up. But yeah, it's interesting you say that because with me, I've grown to find out that Detroit style is one of my favorite styles as well. Like the last time we went and had pizza, we had Detroit style and wood fired. Those are like my two favorites.
Yeah,
so far.
They got a good spot for both of them too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I actually did a review over there on both of them recently. Haven't posted them yet, but they were excellent. Yeah. But let's take a look at the pizza you brought. We're talking pizza. You have one here. I'm going to open this up. This looks amazing. I'll show it to them just for a second here, but then I want to get into it. Oh, yeah. So what do we got? What do we got here?
All right. So this is a feature pizza that I've been working on. It's not quite there yet, but still tweaking things. But it's like a jerk marinated pork shoulder. And then there's some fresh pineapple, some banana peppers, and a bit of jerk barbecue sauce.
Nice.
And then when it comes out of the oven, there's some green onion and a little bit of pineapple jam.
Ooh, baby. That looks amazing. Are we going to share a slice here?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I'll push that over there for you. Cheers. Thank you so much. This is literally my dinner. So I'm stoked about this. Yeah. Yeah. That is delicious. I like how you mix in one of the controversial toppings, the pineapple. Isn't it funny how pineapple gets such a bad name on pizza out there in the pizza worlds?
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I'll put anything on a pizza. I think like half of our feature pizzas would just upset pizza purists.
You do have a really creative menu. I only experienced, well, I did try one at the Pizza Expo, the one that you made for that competition, pumpkin one.
Oh yeah.
But for the review, I only experienced one of the most basic pizzas, right? Cheese and pepperoni.
Yeah.
You do have one that's just cheese as well, I believe.
Yeah, the Detroit Red Stripe.
Red Stripe, yeah. So some of the other ones that you have on your menu, what else do you have there? Bro, this is amazing. I really like
the
this
way it turned out. So it's double pineapple because there's fresh pineapple and pineapple jam. So it's really...
And you go with the fresh and not canned for it.
Yeah, we tried to.
Interesting. I like the sweet, salty, and a little bit of spice. Those are a good combination of flavors in there.
Yeah. And then we did banana peppers for like, you get a little bit of spice, but also like a little bit of acid from them too.
Gives it a little cut. Yeah. I really like that.
Yeah, I find that like acid works really well on Detroit style pizza because they're so thick and there's so much, they're really cheesy. They're usually really rich. So like things that kind of cut through that, I find work well.
I found so far while doing my reviews that guys, people like yourself that are making pizza that are doing Detroit style, it's good. It seems like people that choose to do Detroit are paying attention to the details. I'm not exactly sure what that is because maybe there's more work put into the dough or crust that the people making it. Do you know what that could be? That it's more common that Detroit style makers are.
I don't know. I think you have to put it, like pay more attention to it just because, there's like, I don't know, like I've never like fully compared them side by side, but I think there's like more work in the process of doing pan pizza and that like, you're still doing your dough and then like we do like a 48-hour cold fermentation and then, but like for prep for the pan pizza, like we start at 7:30 or 8 in the morning. So we start portioning the dough, getting it in the pans, and then we do a couple of stretches over time and like it needs time to proof. So, I mean, you have to pay a little more attention to it.
Right.
And it's a little more, it's susceptible to like temperature swings and humidity. That's what we're always kind of fighting with, especially in our kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if you have a dough go bad on you? Does that happen, or can you kind of like save it before it's not usable?
I'd say like the worst is like if it's too hot and it sits too long, like it over ferments in the pan and then it just loses like some of the height and structure. Yeah. Like it still tastes good, but it's just not the
same consistency,
the same texture that we're trying to get.
Interesting. Well, this one is phenomenal. I'm a big fan. You don't have a name for this one yet.
Not yet.
What are like some?
It's hard to think of names. I mean, it's funny. We have one of our bartenders. He keeps a list of cocktail names that he might use in the future, and I think I got to do that for pizzas.
It's a good idea.
And then he just works backwards because I mean, sometimes we'll think of a good name, and sometimes we'll name the feature like, we call this like a jerk pork pizza.
Just keep it simple.
Yeah. You can tell the difference when we've come up with a good name, or if we're like, okay, like what's on it? That's what it's called. Yeah.
Well, that's phenomenal. At your place, I've only been there so far for the review. I told you you've been on the list of going back to. We really want to go see you. You not dress up, but you. For Christmas, you guys put on a good Christmas theme because you're a tiki bar that makes some of the best pizza. This is how to describe MaiPai, yeah?
Yeah.
So you guys, what do you guys do for Christmas that's upon us now? We'll be posting this in a week or two, so it won't be Christmas yet, but definitely people that are watching this soon after it's posted should be going to your place to be celebrating the holidays.
Yeah, so for Christmas, starting usually like midway through November, we totally redecorate the bar and go kind of all out with lights and decorations and everything. And then from now until the end of the year, we replace our normal cocktail menu with like a fully Christmas menu. So it's all like all the mugs are like, there's like a mug that's like Santa with a ukulele, or there's like a shark wearing a Santa hat. Yeah, it's all, like there's coconuts with like wreaths, and it's all super themed. Christmas themed, and like more Christmas flavors. So like some cranberry, and I think this year we're doing like a hot buttered rum, like one hot drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. There's we do sharing bowls, so for like 2 to 4 people.
Right.
And the bowl that we have for Christmas, it's like a hot tub with Santa and a reindeer in it. Like,
so by sharing bowl, does that mean it's kind of like a pitcher of drink?
It's sort of, but I mean, it's like it's one big bowl and then just like multiple straws.
Oh, so everybody just gets in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it's fun. People really like it. we got like really, I think they're like 17-inch straws that we use for them.
Nice. So where does all the creative energy juices come from for the drinks and pizzas?
For drinks, that's all my bar team.
Nice.
Yeah, they come up with everything. So we actually just finished, we did a Halloween cocktail list for like the last 3 weeks of October. That was really fun.
Oh, yeah?
And yeah, they came up with, I think it was like 5 different Halloween drinks. So we had a couple of, like we had a skull mug and a ghost face mug from Scream.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, we did some fun drinks. And
nice.
Yeah, and then we also like, we sell all the mugs and everything too. So we ended up selling like, I think over 100 of those.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. What are some of your like regular season cocktails that you guys have there? Some of the popular ones or some of your favorites?
Yeah. So probably the most popular ones. So we have like a mix of like classic Tiki drinks, and then we have a few that we've come up with, and then we're also gonna totally redo it all in the new year. But the most popular ones, probably the painkiller. So it's like pineapple and orange and rum, coconut. Sorry, not pineapple, orange and coconut.
Orange coconut, yeah. I was taking a quick look.
It's kind of like a pina colada, but with like more fruit.
I like it. Yeah, I've seen some other ones on there. Any inclination of what's coming out in the new year? Is it too soon to say?
Well, we're looking at doing it where we have like a bunch of classics, and then we have like our versions of them. So just switching up the flavors or switching up the liquor, like keeping the idea of that drink, but just taking it in a different direction.
I like it.
Yeah.
I was taking a look at your menu, and I wanted to try them all, and I'm like, how am I going to do this when I come down there? I'm going to have to come multiple times to get through it.
Yeah.
But like the first few, I'm like, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. I'm like, how am I going to get through all these? But yeah, it's going to be multiple trips.
Yeah, and they're all pretty strong. I think
2 ounces.
I don't know if we do anything that's under 2 ounces.
Yeah,
we might have one that's like 1.5 ounces.
So yeah,
I think we have one in a coupe that's 1.5 ounces.
So I'll have to space it out over multiple visits. But we're coming soon. Like there's no way we're missing this Christmas season on coming. So
yeah, so we do it like right until the end of the year.
Yeah.
So even New Year's weekend.
Still going with the Christmas theme. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I like it.
And then the first week of January, first week or two, we usually close.
Take some time off. That's good.
Yeah, we do that. We do some renovations and stuff. So
nice. And you're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just nights.
Nights. So what time from?
So Thursday and Sunday, we keep our kitchen's open 4:30 to 8:30, and then Friday, Saturday it's 4:30 to 10. So and then we just close kind of when everyone's done.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. You keep that. I'm guessing that helps keep demand flowing too when you have limited instead of being open 24 hours, 7 days a week. When you put a
Totally.
little bit more of a window, then people know they got to go there.
Yeah, I mean, when we're open, we're busy, and
Yeah.
then when we're not, everyone's just resting. It's a nice balance,
Yeah, that sounds
and
like a
it
good
keeps
schedule.
everyone kind of works full time, and either 4 or 4.5 days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that sounds like a good schedule. So, and then for the pizzas, what are some of your more popular ones or even some of the creative ones or
the
I feel bad that you're not eating. Like
well,
like
the most popular one that actually it's our second most popular after pepperoni, but it started as kind of as a joke. We did a pickle pizza, and we just posted it on an Instagram story and said it's a secret pickle pizza,
right,
and like I don't think we added it to the menu,
right.
and then yeah, it just kind of went crazy.
Yeah, what's on that one? How do you do that one?
So we do like we just completely cover it with like hamburger slice dill pickles, and then bacon. And then when it comes out, we do like a roasted garlic mayo and fresh dill.
Oh, fresh dill, nice touch. Bacon crumble bits or slices
We
or
use crumble.
yeah, nice.
And, it's still like it's like real bacon crumble. It's
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
the ones that are almost like sausage.
yeah. The real deal. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I seen some other ones. You had a couple other creative ones. What's another?
We do one with like andouille sausage.
Yeah.
So it's like a little bit of spice, and then
And that's
that
called Do You
one.
Wanna or something,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it comes out, we put little dots of fig jam and then ricotta cheese and fresh basil. So it's kind of like sweet and spicy.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and then we do a chicken bacon ranch. So like chicken bacon, mushrooms, green peppers, and then ranch. Like we make our own ranch sauce. And when
You're
it comes
talking
out,
too much about this. I'm having another one. I can't resist. That sounds amazing too.
and then yeah, it's kind of like half. It's half kind of like classic pizzas and half ones that are like a little more out there, but nothing. I don't think it's anything crazy.
Have you had any pizzas flop? Getting a little too crazy for people? You must.
There's I
'Cause
mean
you're
there's
creative.
some that they don't do as well as I thought they would do. I don't know if any of them really like flop,
Right,
but
right.
yeah, because you get different crowds of people. Like there are people that they want the ones when we like really take it out there. But I mean, like if you do like we'll do a Big Mac pizza, and that one's always really crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we always have to keep that one for like at least a couple of weeks because people get upset.
When it goes away.
Yeah, we did a like a cheesesteak pizza not too long ago, and that one we'll definitely bring back. What else have we done? We did
When you do a special, is it month long or how do you?
we usually do a week or
week?
two. Yeah.
Right.
Depends. I mean, we like just changing it up, and it's really kind of like, like if you want this, like you got to get in and get it.
It's a good idea. If I lived closer, I would definitely be coming in there. Like my go-to down this way is the Lock and Port Colborne, but they do a wood-fired. That would be really interesting. They recently got a deck oven, and I know they're working on some thicker pizzas, but I don't know about Detroit style. But anytime you want to go and try that one too, I'm happy to.
Yeah, I remember they were at the Pizza Summit last year. I don't know. I didn't see them this year.
They were there. You went this year too?
Yeah, but we went. We didn't get there till like halfway through the day
Oh yeah.
because one of my cooks was in the competition, but we didn't feel like waking up super early.
No doubt.
So he got like, I think his time was like 1:30. So we took our time and came in later in the day.
What kind did he enter?
He came up with his own pizza. I was trying to think of what it was now. It was like, there was like beet pickled lemon rind on it. It had like candied lemon on it. My memory is really bad.
It's all good.
It was a good pizza.
It's all good.
Yeah, I think he tied for 5th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he did pretty good.
That's solid.
Yeah, it's always like a good competition. So
I enjoyed it. I went to that one last year. That's where we met for the first time.
Yeah. I remember. You won the pizza eating competition.
Yeah.
I was going to enter it this year, but we were going, me and Kyle were going to go out to get a bunch of food around Kensington Market in Chinatown. So
You're like,
I didn't want to eat a whole pizza in like 3 minutes before that.
I've seen that there was more entrants this year, so I wonder. I was tempted to go back so I could try and reign true on it, but yeah, more entrants would have made it tougher.
You got to give people a chance. So you would have crushed them.
It wasn't too crazy.
No, I remember you ate that one really quick.
Yeah,
I mean, you're always eating hot pizza, right?
I got the calluses built up in my mouth. It's like not even fair for everybody. It
makes sense.
Yeah, I can eat lava. Like anytime I'm anywhere, pizza or not, and people are like, "Oh, like something's fresh out of," they're like, "Oh, that's hot," and I just take a big bite, and they're like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got no feeling in my mouth."
Yeah.
I know we've talked about it before, but I'd like others to hear about it, how you got into the pizza game and maybe a little bit lead up of where that all came from, because I don't think I've given you enough credit of how good of a job you do with your pizza. Like love, like this is amazing. Like I love it. Like I said, I wish I lived closer because like the Lock for me, it's my go-to, but it's like 15 minutes from here and it just happens to be my favorite. If you're that close, I can only imagine going more often.
Yeah, I don't know. I took kind of a weird path into pizza.
Yeah?
I never worked at a pizza shop. I never I never worked in a restaurant before I started my own business. I used to work in IT.
Really?
In February, like this coming February, it'll be like 10 years that I've been working in food, like just doing my own thing. So I remember because the very first thing I sold, my wife made like a little framed $5 bill for me. So I have it up on my wall. And it was like February 24th, 2013.
Really? Yeah. That's amazing. That's right around when I started in real estate. So that's, nice. I think it was right around 10 years ago. I think I started in 2013 as well. So
yeah, I think she's probably about the same amount of time.
Yeah, because your wife's a realtor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. See, we live similar, different lives. We're both running our own businesses, both married, no kids.
Yep.
Right? And running our own small shows. You got real estate in the fam too, so that's pretty sweet. But so you're working in IT.
Yeah. So
and you're so I'm going to be the best damn pizza maker in all of Hamilton.
No, I didn't go into pizza until I don't know, I guess like 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. I was doing. We moved to Hamilton from Toronto because I had moved in with my wife. And we moved she had a condo like right downtown across from the Sky Dome.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
and
sweet.
My dog hated it. My dog hated Toronto.
Really?
Yeah. Like he hated, I don't know. He started acting really weird.
Wasn't down with the Toronto.
Yeah. He like, I don't know. The vet said it like, it could be like, like they hear things because their hearing is so different.
Right.
And like, like he's always hearing the subway or trains or something, but he just started freaking out.
Yeah,
acting like his behavior was like got really bad, and he just did not like it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we were talking about moving, and we still wanted to live like in a city, and like we both knew people that lived in Hamilton, so yeah, we moved out there, and like 10 years ago, housing in Hamilton was ridiculously cheap.
Affordable. Yeah, so totally. Prices were way better.
We moved from like a 1-bedroom condo to like a fully renovated 3-bedroom house with a backyard.
Sweet.
It was like $100,000 less.
That's sweet. Yeah. That's a sweet move.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so when you moved to Hamilton, were you still in IT then?
I was, yeah. But then we had a backyard. So I had, and like there was like a little workshop. So I built a smoker out of an old oil drum, not an oil drum, like a barrel.
Right.
I think it was actually used for grape juice.
Right.
But yeah, I built like a drum smoker, and then I started messing around. I was always like making bacon and cooking things. So like actually the first thing I started doing was like I sold bacon that I was making.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just sell it to people I know and like people that my wife worked with.
So on a sandwich or just straight up or
No,
package?
just package slices.
And it was cooked.
It was like cured and then smoked.
So then did it still need cooking?
Yeah.
Still needed cooking, but it was Flavor Town.
Yeah.
That's,
I would do like a bunch of different flavors, and I started an Instagram account for like all the stuff I was making.
Yeah.
And then I got into doing barbecue competitions because I had a guy that I went to high school with. Him and his dad did barbecue competitions. So I think he reached out to me and we started talking about it, and I started entering like amateur barbecue competitions. And then I started winning a bunch of smokers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you were entering, what, like, was it brisket or what, like, what?
The ones that I was doing, like the amateur ones, it was just ribs and chicken.
Right.
So there'd be like a bunch of them, and they'd be all over Ontario, and it was fun. Like it always usually be like the same kind of group of people in all the competitions.
So what would you do for the chicken?
Chicken, I mean, like everyone has like their own rub, and then you cook it. And,
Dry rub or wet rub?
like a dry rub.
Dry rub. Interesting.
Yeah, like they would provide the chicken and the ribs, so like everyone's starting with the same kind of base.
Gotcha.
And then they would judge you on what was it? I think it was like taste, texture, and appearance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what like even inspired this though? You're in IT and you're like, okay, I got a backyard and I love food. So
yeah, I mean, I always liked cooking, and
Gotcha.
I mean, before I moved in with my wife, I had a little kettle grill, and I was smoking stuff on that, but it was like a pretty small setup.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I started doing more and more, and like people would ask, and they'd be like, where can I buy this? Like, where can I buy this food?
Yeah.
I didn't really like take it seriously, but just on Twitter, there was like right around then was like when food trucks were starting to kind of take off.
Right.
And there was a kitchen not that far from my house, and they were kind of like an incubator and like a commissary kitchen for food trucks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so like they had a program where they had a hot dog cart, and they said like, we've got this cart, you can rent it by like the day or the week or whatever, and we'll help you like start a food business.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I got in touch with them, and I decided to just give it a try. So
yeah,
I rented it for like the whole summer.
Oh, the whole summer.
Yeah. I was like, I'll give it like a real try.
Legit run. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so I was still working full time, and like every night I would be like working on recipes. Like I'd come home from work or finish work if I was working from home, and I would work on recipes and do prep. And then like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'd go to events.
Yeah, Yeah. That's amazing.
Just towed the cart behind my
because it's not that
Matrix.
Big. Yeah,
it's Toyota Matrix.
Because it's not that big, right?
No.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what were some of the first OG recipes for that?
So it was totally different stuff from what I'm doing now. But I'd put a little griddle on it, and then I'd do sliders. So I did like a Filipino bacon slider. It's like tocino. And then one of the first ones I did was like a pulled smoked duck.
Oh.
So it was like kind of like the flavors you would get like off of like a Peking duck, but like I would like smoke whole ducks and then like pull them and like
wow,
do like hoisin sauce and like
that
green onions
good.
And carrots.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and then for dessert we had a candy bacon creme brulee.
Candy bacon creme brulee.
Yeah, there's like a little layer of cherry bacon jam on the bottom. It's a surprise.
Oh, nice. You are creative as all heck.
Yeah,
So
I always had fun coming up with stuff.
So you did that for the summer.
Yeah, I did that for the summer. And then that year, actually, I won a competition it was like the Canadian Bacon Championship.
Nice.
And part of that was I won a free trip and an entry to Las Vegas for the World Food Championships.
Sick.
Yeah, so we did that. And then, like the cart was going well. Like they really liked what I was doing. So I decided that I wanted to kind of jump into it.
Right.
And started getting a food truck built. We did it as a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the summer after that, it was full time with doing the food truck.
And you left IT.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I shifted from, at first I was full-time IT and part-time food, and then it was part-time IT and full-time food.
Right.
And then I did freelance IT for my old company for pretty much until last year.
Yeah. So when you say IT, what do you even mean by that anyway?
I was an application developer.
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I did like old. You know when you go to like a bank or like you see them using a program and it's still all kind of like terminal based or like it's still all text.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I worked on stuff like that.
Interesting.
And like I would convert like old systems like that into like Windows programs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you been able to utilize any of those IT tech skills over into food?
I think not directly, but I mean in the way of like thinking
Processing.
about things. Yeah. And I think just not coming from like a food and restaurant background.
Yeah.
Like I look at everything differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which in some ways is good and in some ways is not as good.
Wow.
Like I think there were things like my little brother was working with me for a while at the second place I opened. And he'd come in and see things and be like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing it like this? He's like, oh, I don't know. Like, this is what I know.
That's
so, hilarious. I mean, I'm still always learning stuff.
Yeah. See, I think I like that you come in not from the food industry because you're not within a mold or inside a box of way of thinking. I like that because like it shows with stuff like this versus not necessarily, I can't say people that have been in the industry for a long time can't get creative, but they might close their own thoughts and put themselves in boxes where you're definitely not like that. You can tell that you're a creative thinker.
Yeah. I think it's also, I think just part of the way I think, and because like I didn't go to culinary school and like I didn't work my way up through restaurants, like my actual like cooking skill set is pretty focused. Like I couldn't, there's like a lot of like things that like chefs would consider like basic cooking skills or basic culinary knowledge that like I don't know.
Right.
But like I know enough about cooking that I know I could like figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, but if I needed to.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of things.
Yeah, you probably make some mistakes that some chefs would be like, yeah, that's like grade 1 stuff. But,
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But then you're doing some stuff that's like, yeah, high level stuff anyway. So
yeah, like the stuff. I think the stuff that like I get in, like I really get into, like I try to like really get into it, and like I'll find people that know it better than I do, and ask them a bunch of questions, and there's so much information out there.
Yeah,
like
totally.
There's so much on YouTube, and there's so much on the internet, and like there's so many like pizza making forums and everything, and people are getting into like really technical discussions. So I mean, there's
Google,
all the resources are out there to learn how to do anything if you want to.
Yeah. Google and YouTube are clutch resources for all that stuff. And so when we went to go eat pizza, just talking about like pizza knowledge, we went to Jay's Artisan in Buffalo there, and I went and did reviews there, which I haven't posted yet. But just by the way things worked out. I've been talking to Jay. Have you ever talked to Jay Langfelder that started Jay's?
Just briefly.
Yeah. I did a review
because I think he like moved away for a while, and I know he's like, I follow him on Instagram, and he's opening another place.
Yeah, I think it's called Flora or something along the Florian.
Florian.
Yeah, because I did a review with him, and I've been chatting with him a little bit since doing reviews. I can't remember, I love, like, I work in real estate, but I clearly love pizza. Yeah. So I like connect with all these different people online, which is amazing. Like we met in real life through pizza, but I had been talking to Jay, and we finally met up and did a review, and we did a review together. I haven't posted it yet, but what a knowledgeable guy about pizza. Yeah. Like when talking about basic knowledge and advanced, and me and him doing a review next to each other, it's like a professor and like a kindergartner, because like he was talking about like the notes of flavors, and the one term that he used too on buffalo pizza, what was it again? It's the burnt cheese in Italian, but it's the burnt cheese and sauce. That combo, I forget. It's called Freo or something like that. Frico. Yeah. Yeah. Because I didn't know that was a term, but he was talking about that. And like, that's something I really do like when pizzas, like Detroit style, it's got burnt cheese on the side, but when the buffalo pizzas that go sauce and cheese over the edge, those bites are like something special. That Frico, it's good stuff. But that guy knows his pizza. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember, like, I know he's got like really strong opinions about pizza too.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I've just chatted with him, and we did a review, and he was just schooling me up on a bunch of different things. I don't know where he stands with all the pizza stuff, but but that was super interesting. Yeah, that's somebody. I don't know if you ever talk to him. He's got a lot of knowledge. I'm sure he'd share some. But I'm looking forward to trying out his pizzeria. Maybe we'll try that out. I'm looking forward to trying that one.
Like the guy that's running Jay's now, I think it's Joe. Like he worked under him, and like he trained him. And I mean, I think they won like they ranked pretty high for
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they got like 24th or something.
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's like it's pretty. I remember it being like a pretty serious list.
It is.
There's lists where it's like, okay, like someone almost like, sometimes you see lists and it's like someone just kind of Googled this and like wrote it up as an article.
Totally.
But this one's like a very, very serious one.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it. I always find lists. I've got lists, right? And I'm just one guy with one opinion. So like when I see the list, same thing. I always think like, well, first of all, did whoever try all those pizzas? I look into that stuff, but it seems like, that list is more of an accredited list, because I was talking to Jay about it too. And he's like, I'm like, how do they even do this when they say best pizza in the world? Because I'm like, I'm trying to try all the pizzas in my area. Yeah. I'm like, so there's no way they've tried them all. But he's like, there's got to be outreach and this, that, and the other to people that have tried a whole bunch. Because it's just like, if somebody asked me best pizza in Hamilton, I definitely have you up there with a couple. And I'm sure like if you polled a whole bunch of people, the same few places would be at the top of the list, where you could just like eliminate like hundreds of places from even having to go through. Just like with me, with Hamilton, you know what happened with me with doing the reviews was, my whole goal with doing the reviews is trying every pizza in an area, right? Yeah. Like, and in Niagara,
you hit up places.
Yeah. And like with Niagara, it was pretty easy too. Even like with St. Catharines having like 60 places, which might seem like a lot. I tried them all. But then like going to Hamilton, I had to stop going to all of them because there was so many conveyor belt pizzas that it was just like, it was going to be like a 5, like almost every time, 5 or 6. And like, I'm like, if I stopped just going to everyone, because I'm like, why am I putting myself through like some of these? Like, and I know that there's going to be some places like, well, first of all, there can be good conveyor belt pizza for sure. But like, And there's going to be some places they're sleepers. There's some pizzas that don't have a great marketing or whatever. And like some places slip through the cracks kind of.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Like it's not like all the pizzas are like Instagram famous, right? But yeah, I had to do a little bit of homework with Hamilton. I don't know if like, I'm sure you know that there's a whole bunch of conveyor belt pizzas that are not super fantastic out that way.
Yeah, I think the majority of kind of like corner shops use conveyors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the easiest, right?
Yeah. And I get it. Yeah. Like I get it. I'm not like shitting on it, but like there's no way that some of these places that are like, you look at the menu and if it's a $10 large pizza, I know it's not going to blow my socks off.
Yeah. I mean, just like knowing what everything costs. It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
You got to make up
exactly
the price somehow. Like it's either, I don't even know what's getting used on some of those, because like I've looked at, I was at the store and I saw they have, it's like pre-shredded mozzarella,
right?
But it says cheese product. Like it's not like actual. I don't know.
It's not.
I don't
cheese.
know. I've never got it. So
yeah.
But I mean, it's also like it's only a little bit cheaper.
Really?
Yeah. It didn't seem like that much of a price difference
to go from the real stuff to the cheap stuff. Interesting.
And then like I don't know what else. Like I don't know where else like you're cutting corners.
I don't know,
to sell things that cheap. Or
cheap
like you're just trying to make it up on volume by having a low price. And but I mean, then sometimes like you go to those places and there's like one guy there and doing everything.
Yeah.
He's got to make 3 times as many pizzas to make up for it. Yeah.
I mean, by all means, if people can make a living doing whatever, all the power to them. Like, and there's a space for it, right? Like when you have cheaper pizzas, it's going to appeal to more people and it's quick, like by all means. But like I said, for the reviews, I kind of got a little more selective, but playing off of ingredients, you clearly pick really good ingredients when you're doing your stuff. Is there any of them that you want to share with us, like the sauce or the cheese or the flour?
I mean, I'm trying to think. Like the sauce is not, I don't think the sauce is not anything special. I don't think it's, we use Stanislaus tomatoes, 7-Eleven, which like they're very consistent. They're tasty tomatoes.
I got to stop you right there. It's nothing special. That's one of the best products that I know of. It's okay. When you say not special, maybe because you're not in the back like Nona mixing it up for 30 hours, but that's a high quality tomato right there.
Well, it absolutely is. I mean, that is like why we use it. That
is for me I've only recently learned about Stanislaus. How do you say it again? I always say it wrong.
It's Stanislaus.
Stanislaus. Yeah. I've just recently in the last few months figured out about that company, and I actually called them to tell them how great their product was, because once I had it a couple times and I started like putting the pizza puzzle pieces together and then figuring out that the sauces I was liking was them. And I can't tell you I can pick it blindfolded every time. But then I started talking to like the Lock. They use them too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is up with this sauce? And they're like, it's just, it's great. And they're Italian. And they're like, they pick it over the San Marzano. They're like.
And like when I say nothing special, like I'm not saying that it's not like their product's not.
Yes.
Like their product is excellent. But I'm saying like we don't really do that much to it.
Yeah, you're not knowing it up in the back.
Like we have a container of spice mix, and like we open a can, we weigh out the mix, and we mix it together.
Yeah,
and then we just kind of just let it.
Good ingredients. That's what I mean. Like good ingredients don't need too craziness. But so you go with the 7-Eleven, eh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we don't. I like the texture of it, and then we don't cook it down. Because I like that it keeps the acidity.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like it kind of helps really cut through all the cheese and like the thickness of the dough.
And see, like to me, like that is so fantastic. That's that sauce. And now that we're talking about this, I remember when doing your review that I was like, the sauce is a little bit sweet, and I wasn't sure if it was naturally or sugar added.
It's a tiny bit of sugar.
Tiny. Yeah, tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what because I remember like because you put the sauce on top, Detroit style, right?
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was no sugar added, but it's just I'm like it could be. I remember that. So that
Like we keep the sauce warm, but like it never sits long enough that it would actually reduce or cook or anything.
No need to cook that stuff. Yeah, it cooks. It gets its cooking while it goes through, and the pizza cooks.
Yeah, like we just keep it warm just so we're not putting cold sauce on hot pizza.
Yeah, I think that is a solid indicator that somebody's making a good pie when they're using that sauce, because there's no way these $10 large pizzas are using Stanislaus product. There's no way. But what else? Can you tell us about the cheese or the flour or?
Flour, we use like super keynote flour. It's just like a strong bread flour. But I mean, I think it's really more about, like just paying attention to your dough process and giving it time to cold ferment and develop the flavor and texture. And then just kind of your technique for like panning them out and giving them time to sit.
So you said it's a 48-hour.
Yeah, we do like 2 full days cold fermented.
So when it's fermented that way, is that done in the pans or is it done in a bowl?
We do them in bins.
Bins, gotcha. Yeah. And then you portion it out when you cook it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it you or somewhere else? I can't remember that does par baking too.
We do par bakes, yeah.
So that you cook that ahead of time a bit. How does that work exactly?
So we'll pan them all out, and then we'll let them rise, and we'll cook them maybe like just a bit over half, and then let the crusts cool off, and then put them back in the pans.
That helps for efficiency.
It's efficient. It's like you have like a more consistent cooking time. It's like a more consistent product.
Yeah.
It's easier to manage as well, like when you're doing
a whole
lot
bunch.
Of pizzas.
Yeah. To me, it makes a lot of sense. I like that. I'm a big fan of Detroit and pan style. It almost gives me more, as I've learned about Detroit pizza, a little bit more of an appreciation for Pizza Hut pizza.
Yeah.
Because they do it in a pan. It's a pan pizza. I don't even know how they all do it. It's got that unique flavor that they have, but
there's something they use something that like they brush the pans.
Yeah,
with.
I know, like oil or something.
It's got like a really buttery flavor.
Yeah. Oil, butter. I know. I haven't been able to put my finger on it exactly either, but like they do a really good job with cooking their pizzas so that it's consistent each time, and it's a good one, and it's got that flavor. Yeah.
I don't know, like I don't know what kind of ovens they use. I feel like they probably use conveyors. I think conveyors are like very consistent.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, there's like I've seen ones at the Pizza Expo now that like instead of it being like a mesh conveyor, it's actually stones.
A stone, yeah.
And then I know some of them even like each stone has a heating element.
Yeah. There's
and like I've had pizzas off them, and it's like
it can be done well.
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah, it can be.
The first place I ever tried Detroit style pizza was Descendant in Toronto. And I only knew about it because a guy that I know painted the inside of their space.
Right on.
So he was posting pictures of it, and I think he posted a picture of the pizza, and I was like, that looks awesome. Like I want to go try that.
I like it.
And then that's pretty much how I got into making Detroit style pizza, because it's
really
it's really far away from me, and I wanted to have it. So I just started cooking at home and like just started.
That was the inspiration for you?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Like I tried it there, and then like I tried a bunch in Detroit, and then cause I have a buddy in Detroit, and then I'd try it like anywhere I could.
Yeah.
And just started making it.
That's amazing. Yeah. What's your favorite or some of your favorites in Detroit?
I really like Louis. Louis, they do like cubed cheese, and like they put like a ridiculous amount of cheese on it.
Cubed cheese.
Yeah. I was watching a video of them, and they were punching cheese through like a fry press.
Interesting.
So they would punch it one way and then another, and it would just spit out little cubes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do that.
Instead of shredding
I think there's easier ways to do it now.
Right.
But yeah, it was a really old school place, really good. And then there's another place called MaiPai, and they do like really funky flavor combinations that I like. So I think they were one of the first places I saw that, you know, they do like weird combinations, and I was like, that's cool. I think I like that.
I like it. Yeah, that's Detroit, Windsor is definitely on my pizza radar, but I haven't made it out there for reviews yet. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's all about out there.
Yeah. There's a lot of like old school places in Detroit and like all in the surrounding suburbs and everything.
Did you try any in Windsor while you were out there? Did you go over there?
I just didn't have time. I haven't had time to stop through. But yeah, like a friend of mine has a place out by there.
Yeah.
So been meaning to go out and visit them.
Have you tried the shredded pepperoni before, the Windsor?
I've had it somewhere. I can't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know I've definitely had it.
I've only had it once for sure. I can't remember if twice, and it is good. I'm looking forward to going out to Windsor to trying a bunch of places like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because they do, like it's got to be like shredded pepperoni, canned mushrooms, and I think it's galati cheese.
Yeah, that cheese. Yeah, that's like big time
It's like
Windsor.
the local factory.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to trying that. There's got to be a cheese factory in Hamilton. I'm sure there's got to be.
Like Salerno. I don't know if they make the cheese there though.
But yeah.
Like they're a pretty huge company.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're actually making there.
Yeah. Because there's different cheese factories, right? Like that's one of the things like we talked about like right when we first started here, people just getting used to what they grew up on or whatever. So like when I hear about Windsor Pizza and that cheese factory, to me, I'm sure it's good, but I don't know, could it be better than like one of the cheese factories around here? Like there's cheese factory in Niagara Falls making cheese. Like would it be better? Or is it just that people get used to what they're used to?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, unless you'd have to sit down with all of them and like make like, you know, like 5 different pizzas. But like first you'd have to figure out like what it is you want from a cheese.
Yeah.
And like what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And then score all of them against that.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just, you know, you can't trust your brain to differentiate.
Yeah.
Without all kinds of other things influencing it.
The cheese you use, which
we use Saputo, so we use a blend of mozzarella and brick cheese.
Oh, nice, good combo.
So it's the brick gives it like a little more of like a buttery tang.
Yeah, it's got a higher fat content in the brick. Yeah, that's sweet. So to roll back, you were doing food truck.
Yeah, I had a food truck. And then I was doing, you know, I do events all summer and do a lot of catering.
That must have been busy doing those. Like when you go to those, I'm guessing, I've never worked one. I've gone to a bunch to eat, but you're just slammed.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, ideally you are.
Right.
Like food trucks are very susceptible to weather.
Oh, yeah.
So like you can do an event, and if the weather's bad, like you'll do a quarter of what you were expecting, or like what you should have.
Right.
If it's like a really good event and it rains, you still might do like half or a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But like rain really kills a food truck event.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you still end up paying the same amount to be there.
I don't know if you've seen. I was hoping I could go. Schedule didn't line up, but like Portnoy did a pizza event down in the States not too long ago, and it was pouring. I just seen a little bit of footage from it and everything, but I seen it was pouring, and I'm like, oh, that sucks for that, because it seems like such a cool thing for him to put on something like that with all the different pizza places.
I feel like it's too much to eat in one day.
A whole bunch of different ones. Yeah,
I mean, in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
Like I went. My buddy and I went to New York for the May long weekend.
Yes.
And we ate a bunch of pizza. We met up with a guy there that lives there that I met at the Pizza Expo the year before.
Right.
and we went to a bunch of places, and he took us to a bunch of places he knew. And like you eat a lot of pizza, but it's New York, so you're walking a lot, and like that forces you to space it out and like give you some time to digest and everything.
Yeah.
But I think if you were just in one space and it was like unlimited free pizza, like, like even if they're giving you small slices, like it's.
I don't even know if that's how it worked or not. That it was you pay an entry and then you.
Yeah, I think you paid one price and just ate whatever you wanted.
Interesting, because there is a pizza festival coming up in Niagara Falls, New York, next month. It's called Festival of the Slice, and if my schedule permits, I'm going to be going to that. And I don't exactly know how they're going to be running it or not, but yeah, definitely. If you have to crunch in, I mean, when I do reviews, I do 12 in a day. Yeah. So like I'm used to slamming down a whole bunch of pizzas, but yeah, there's still. You can only crush so many.
What do you do with the rest of the pizzas?
That's a great question. We share them. Share them.
You just drive around and drop them off to a bunch of people, or?
Yeah, like my neighbors, I got like there's a whole bunch of houses right here, and like there's a whole bunch of neighbors that take it. I just let them know, family, friends. Yeah. It depends what area I'm in. I mean, there's people always wanting it. I can't keep it because like I'll eat it all. So I literally,
for sure.
Yeah, it's.
You just know it's in the fridge.
Oh, anytime it happens, I just crush it. Even like sometimes like I bring a pizza and somebody really wants one and then I can't see them till the next day. So then it's sitting here and I end up eating an extra 2-3 slices before it gets to them. Like I love pizza, but like it's starting to put a toll on me. I gotta really try and space it out a little bit more.
Yeah, it is. It's tough. It's tough to, I mean, like when I started working in food, just also like working on my own and like having my own business. Like I used to be in a lot better shape, and I'm getting better now. Finally,
nice.
Like I lost like 60 pounds in the last year.
Congratulations! So, I know. Nice. I was going to say something. You're looking good.
Nice. Yeah. But I just really want to go snowboarding again because I used to snowboard a lot, and then when I started my business, I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
And snowboarding is not cheap.
Yeah.
So I gave that up for a while, and then just fell into the classic, like I'm working crazy hours and I don't want to cook anything. So like, just going to drive-thrus and just eating
whatever. Yeah, I know.
So yeah, it took a while to kind of snap out of that.
Yeah, so I feel that.
Finally in a good spot.
I like it. How are you managing the diet now?
I'm tracking everything. So I use MyFitnessPal.
That's so key, that app. I've got it too.
Yeah. It's also, I find it's good. It's like, it's easier to look at things and be like, well, I could still eat like these things. I just got to like manage it.
Yeah.
But before, like I just wouldn't pay attention. And like you like things that are super calorie heavy.
Calorie
Not
dense.
even that. It's just like
yeah.
It's also, like I would just eat like a huge portion of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I like.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I find that though, just tracking what you're eating will. I know that's such a good thing for people to do when you're trying to lose weight is just start writing down what you're eating.
Yeah. Like I find it just makes me more conscious of it.
Totally.
I'm just gotten a lot better at doing meal prep.
Mm-hmm.
So like a couple of times a week, I'll do like a big cook of just like some meat and like rice and vegetables, and then like portion it into individual meals.
Smart.
Because then I just have things, and then like always do little like bacon wrapped egg bites. So I'll have a container of them in the fridge all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of meats? Chicken, beef, pork?
Mostly chicken, chicken and pork tenderloin.
Yeah. Solid.
Yeah. Sometimes beef.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just I bought a package of, like when you trim like a beef tenderloin, there's always like the chain muscle on the side. I was at Costco, like the business one in St. Catharines, and they had a whole package of just those that they trim off their tenderloins, and it was super cheap.
Sweet.
But it's like really good meat.
Yeah.
So you got to clean it up a little.
That's sweet.
And I think I had like just 4 pounds of beef tenderloin for $20 or something.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Do you do breakfast?
Yeah.
What's your breakfast?
Just egg bites usually.
Yeah.
Or like I'll eat one of those and like a shake if I was working out or something.
Yeah. I like it. And then it's pretty key to try and avoid the foods once it starts getting late at night.
Yeah.
That
was a big adjustment.
That's a tricky one.
They're like, I would just kind of also making sure I'm like, if I don't eat breakfast, I'm like way more likely to go to like just be hungrier later.
Yeah.
And then make a bad choice.
Yeah. I know I've been slipping and I've been gearing up myself to go like when I started in real estate, I put on 100 pounds over a few years. I started in real estate weighing about $150. I got up to 250. And then at some point I was able to shed off like about 70 of it. And I found about 25 of it back.
Yeah.
So now I got to work on the tough thing for me. It's easier for me to diet than live a regular schedule, because when I'm dieting, it's like, I wouldn't even have this, right? I'd be like, no, right? And then just like have whatever, cheat or whatever. But then once I hit like a target weight, then it was like, okay, well, I'm here. I can indulge a little bit more, but it's such a slippery slope.
Yeah. I think like I'm just trying to like by like tracking everything, just like I'm trying to go out of my way to still eat things I really like.
Yeah.
But like, like I just won't have
100
a huge
of them.
portion of them.
Yeah.
Or like I'll have like, like one slice of pizza or two slices, or not eat like half a pizza.
Or like, 12 slices like I like.
It's hard though, because I mean, like I work in food. Like I have to test pizza. Like I have to cook pizza and I got to eat it.
Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
And, I also think like as, like if you work in food, like you have to eat a lot of different foods.
Yeah.
Like you have to expose yourself to different flavors, because that just kind of, it's like every time you eat something new, it's like you can color with a new crayon.
Totally. Totally.
It just gives you more ideas, and like in your head you start thinking about how these things might work together.
Yeah.
But like if you never, you're limited to like what you know and like what you've tried.
Got to broaden that.
Yeah.
Broaden the palate. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When we went and had pizza, I appreciated. We went and still we're doing a little bit of slobbing it up, and we went and still ate a little bit more. We went and had some tacos, and like, you're like, you told me the beef tongue, and I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. I love people that have an adventurous palate, because I love trying different things. It's just the same with pizza. I like trying these different ones. I love trying all different foods. I like a lot of stuff. It's rare that I run into something, because even when something's like foreign, like if it's something that's good, like you just got to give it a moment and, get over that it's different to you, right? Like when you get different exposures to different nationality foods or whatever, because it's like one thing to go have like, a cheap something that's just bad ingredients. But when you get some good ingredients put together, like you're Persian too, right? So
I'm half Persian, half Filipino.
Yeah. So like those are some really good flavor profiles going on with those. Yeah. So like that, I can see like that's definitely got to have some inspiration in your creativity, having those.
Yeah. And I think also like my parents, they like when I was growing up, like we ate everything. Like we would go to places, we would try everything.
Nice.
They never, and I don't remember ever being picky. I mean, I'm sure like I didn't like vegetables when I was younger.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I think everyone goes through that.
Right.
But like my earliest like food memories are like eating dim sum and like eating chicken feet and
it's awesome.
Just whatever my parents would cook. And,
yeah.
It's
awesome.
And like they would, like my dad would make like lamb heads for breakfast. As, calapache. Yeah, you just kind of like stew them down until they fall apart.
Nice.
And just eat it with bread.
Nice. Yeah, see, I grew up with European family too, so we ate some stuff that was like not normal around. Like our Christmases, we do a traditional seafood meal, like the most out of the ordinary, which now is becoming more trendy, is octopus. Like I remember eating octopus as a kid, and like none of my friends wanted to even look at it.
Around, right? Like my parents used to cook tongue all the time because it was dirt cheap.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like tongue and oxtail, and now
Prices going
now it's
up.
more expensive than a steak.
It's hilarious how that happens, eh? Same with chicken wings used to be that way. Yeah, like, they used to be.
Oh, yeah. So much stuff just used to be kind of like trash, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. So I don't know if we completely went through the cycle going from truck.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, we keep veering off.
Yeah, I had the food truck, and then I did like a full summer doing pop-ups and doing the hot dog cart.
Yeah.
And then a full summer with the food truck. And then that winter, I needed something to do because there's no food truck events in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
And people always say like, oh, like you should open somewhere, I'll come. And it's like, no, you won't. No one does. No one wants to stand outside and eat outside in the winter. And also like you're standing in like an uninsulated metal box with, even if you put a heater in it, there's like a hood fan that's sucking all the air out of it constantly.
Right.
So it's like, it's freezing.
Not the best.
Yeah, I did a couple of things like in late November. Like I did just some wedding things.
Right.
But yeah, they're awful of it. It's just an awful time of year to be working outside.
I can only imagine.
That. And then I opened a place at the farmers market in Hamilton called Poke. And that was, again, like most of the stuff I end up cooking is like something that I've tried somewhere and I'm not able to find it anywhere.
Right.
So I just start making it at home and get into it. And and that kind of took off.
Nice.
We ended up we were like the first poke place in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know.
In Canada?
Yeah. So there were places that like had it on their menu, like as an item. But we were like the first place that only did
dedicated.
That. Yeah.
So what is that? What is poke?
It's it's like a Hawaiian dish. It's to simplify, it's like the Hawaiian version of sushi. Mm-hmm. And like Hawaiian food is super influenced by like a lot of Asian countries, just because the makeup of the population there.
Right.
So it's like cubes of raw tuna that like traditionally would be seasoned with like pink salt and like chili water and seaweed. But then like more modern flavors, like you take cubes of tuna and it's like you mix it with like onions and then soy sauce and sesame oil and then like a bunch of different vegetables. So it's just like delish. really fresh. And
yeah, it sounds awesome.
Yeah. So I didn't really know how that was gonna, like it's hard to say like how this is like if people are gonna like it.
Yeah, totally. It's different than everything
to look at.
So then how did that
people
go?
like sushi, so there's no reason for people to not like it.
Yeah, and how did that go over?
It went really good.
Yeah,
we like the first stall we had in the market was it's like 140 square feet, I think. Mm-hmm. It might even be smaller than that. It was tiny.
Yeah.
We had like at the peak there, we had 4 people working in it.
Really?
Yeah. And no one could move. Like everyone just kind of twisted and yeah. Like we'd serve 200 people a day out of that tiny spot.
Wow.
And I mean, that stall, like I built that. I just saved all my tips from the truck for that first summer.
Yeah. Eh?
And I bought a used fridge off like from like a restaurant auction.
Yeah.
And like everything that went in there was like used and beat up. Like and we built it. A buddy of mine helped me build like a bar for it.
Right.
Then I think the only thing that was actually new was the countertop. So there's like a 12-foot like bamboo countertop.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then everything else was just kind of duct taped together.
That's amazing.
And I opened it for, I think it cost like $3,000 to open. And then rent at the farmer's market was $400.
Yeah,
and that includes water and heat. And like they had a group rate for insurance. So it was like $100 for a year.
Oh, that's sweet.
And you got electricity was at the city rate. So I think it was like $60 every 3 months.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So it was
yeah.
Like I didn't know if it was going to take off or it was going to work. but it was a very
Yeah,
like safe place to
nominal.
try it.
Yeah,
like,
that's a sweet.
Didn't have to put in like a ton of money into it or anything.
Talk about bootstrapping that to make that work. That's awesome.
And then and then we got really busy, and then because we ended up being the first place, like we ended up getting like a bunch of press coverage, and it just got busier and busier.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, at that point, I talked to my little brother about coming in to help, because he actually went to culinary school and like worked at a bunch of restaurants. So he helped a lot with that, and then now he's out.
Yeah,
He's
not in the food game.
He's a millwright now.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah, he went back to school like during lockdowns.
Yeah. Always interesting to see how different paths go.
Yeah.
So when you had that, what were some of the most popular items on the menu?
We just did a bunch of different types of poke. So like we had a classic one, which was like tuna, onions, soy and sesame, and then like crushed macadamia nuts and sesame seeds.
Ooh.
And then it'd always be served like on a bowl of rice, or we came up with like we did like cucumber noodles. So it was like spiralized cucumber and daikon radish that we would just do like a light dressing on.
Yeah.
So like people wanted like a really kind of like low calorie, like light option.
Yeah.
So we did that. Like we had like three main ones. It was that we did a spicy version. So it was with like a sriracha mayo and then spicy sesame seeds and pickled jalapenos. Ooh. And then we did a vegan version, which was tofu and pickled shiitake mushrooms and edamame. And then we had a bunch of different toppings and a bunch of different things that you can mix into it. So everyone would just make their own like custom bowls.
That sounds awesome. If I wanted to try poke now, where should I go?
There's a place in Hamilton. Poke Co does it.
I'm going to write this down. Yeah. Poke Co?
Yeah. And then Hammerheads does it.
I've never had this before. I want to try it.
Hammerheads is good. They do. They're like they started as a fish and chip shop, and then they always did. Like the guy that owns it, Scott. He's a chef, and so he does like a lot of fish butchery, and like they have kind of like a fish market there, and then he opened a second place that's more like a fish market.
Interesting. And both of these are in Hamilton.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta try this. Now I got to ask you something, kind of pivoting from that a little bit. Somebody was thinking about opening a restaurant. What would you say to them?
I mean, it's hard, and I think it's a really tough time right now. Like, I think it's always a tough business, but I think it's especially hard right now. Like, like commercial rents are kind of at like an all-time high. The cost of ingredients is kind of wild right now, and I think with the way the economy is going, like people have less money to eat out. Yeah. So I think I feel like we're in a time where you're going to start seeing more places close, and it's like it's gonna like you got to really have something that like sets your place apart. Right. I think it's going to be tough for like the places where there's like a lot of overlap. And like people just kind of choose them just out of convenience, or like this is the place closest to me.
So not a great time to be opening a restaurant.
I personally don't think so.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. From just what you said is things I'm seeing too. I'm seeing and hearing people how it's tough and no light at the end of the tunnel yet. And I've seen some places close. I'm sure. Like I know even during COVID, the places that were not shifting gears for takeout, like a lot of places closed or couldn't handle that. Like changing environments is tough.
I think, some places closed during COVID, but I think they tended to be places that were more, they were probably close to closing already, or the owners were close to retirement, and they decided to just kind of shut it down early. Because they've seen when times are harder and they know like how long it's going to take to rebuild. So they're just not interested in it.
Yeah.
But I think like a lot of people that had restaurants or had restaurants through COVID, they're not just going to give up. So they would, take loans or remortgage their house or, like go into debt.
Yeah.
And then I think it's going to be like this year, in the next few years, where you really see the effect of COVID on those places.
Yeah.
Because during the time when they should be recovering is ingredients are expensive, labor is more expensive, everything's more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people have less money to go out.
Yeah. 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 It's all interesting. And yeah, you being exposed to real estate with the wife, like we've definitely seen in real estate this year, a down year. Like myself, I've been in real estate 10 years. I've been super fortunate, 10 years of growth. And this is the first year that I've had a down year. And at a time where my business has been growing and my brand and marketing and my team. But yeah, the market has taken a downturn with interest rates going up. There's light at the end of the tunnel for us. I mean, anybody that can weather the storm, it's going to be good after. Just got to be able to get through it, right? Like, it's interesting to hear how our industry's kind of parallel that way, because yeah, I think that next year we'll see interest rates whether stabilize or come down a little bit, and then I think that'll have the economy pick up a little bit. I think it'll increase real estate sales and prices of real estate goes up. I don't know how that helps or hurts the economy, but
yeah, I feel like I don't even know anymore. I don't know enough about it to say, but it seems like too much of the Canadian economy is dependent on real estate.
Yeah,
and it's I think it's going to be really hard to separate that.
Yeah,
because now it's people have so much of their net worth tied up in real estate.
Totally.
And it's going to be hard for any politicians to kind of push a policy that might long term be better, but is going to be an immediate kind of the price of your house is going to
go down. Yeah, which we've seen around here anyway, because I follow these things closely. Prices from the peak came down by 30% within a year, which is a lot. I mean, they went up faster than that going up, but then anybody that bought closer to the end of that cycle, there's a whole bunch of people that their house is worth less, and that's the case for a period of time. And definitely if they're on a variable mortgage, that puts a pinch on them.
For sure.
Yeah. We're definitely going through some interesting times through the economy and life, and being in Canada for sure.
Yeah. I feel like just with things the way they are, the kind of theme that I've chosen for the restaurant is going to be good through a recession, in that it's the whole idea of a tiki bar is that you're supposed you go there to escape reality,
right?
And to feel you've gone somewhere else and
you can escape for a bit.
Yeah. Or you're kind of taking a mini vacation.
Yeah.
And I think it's I think we offer something that, a lot of places don't offer in terms of an experience when you go out.
Yeah.
So I think we're a little more resilient to those effects.
Yeah. See, that's sweet. And so without spending time at your place, I'll give you a little bit of feedback from me where I'm not actually somebody that seeks out an environment when I go out. Not going to say it's not a benefit or not, but I'll just, from my perspective, I have eaten in way more hole in the walls than places that, I'm really looking forward to your place because I already know I peeked in there, I looked around, it's a sick vibe. And I can't wait to go there. But when I look for a place to go, the big things to me is how's the food? And then who am I going to be with? Because I would have no problems with me and you if we went to go eat somewhere that was great and it was a shithole, right? And it was,
I love eating at places that people would look at and say this place is a dump.
Yeah,
I mean, it's usually a lot of my favorite places. They don't look like much, but the food is great.
Yeah,
and then but there's a lot of places that look amazing and the food's just okay.
Totally.
Like, or like, you know, like you go there and like the experience is really cool, but like, yeah, same
It's a
thing. The food is
letdown.
just all right.
Yeah. And see, like you have both, which is sweet. And that's why, like, I wish you were closer, but that's what I like hearing, that the business you have in place should, as long as you're at the realm, be able to handle tougher times, because yeah, you're definitely offering a great experience. When you have great food and a great atmosphere, well, if somebody's going to go out, you're going to be on the list of places they want to go to.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Like, and the variety, like to me, I think that's smart, where you don't have an ultra crazy menu, but you hit different aspects of different flavors. Like when I look at it, I'm like, I literally told you I want to try every one. So, and you can't do that in one shot. So it brings people back.
Yeah.
So,
and then we do, like, we always try to have like a different feature each week. So it's like
smart.
You know, it's also like it gives us something to do. And there's always kind of like some excitement about like, oh, like what's it going to be? And, you know, like we have some customers that they'll order every feature. Like you see the name come up in takeout again, like over and over whenever
That's
there's
awesome.
a new one. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or you see some that like they only come back like when it's a new feature.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I asked you if somebody wanted to open a restaurant, you're basically like, don't do it now. But now,
no, I'm not going to say don't do it now. But I mean, I think if you go into it knowing that it's a tough time and it's a tough business, I mean, I feel like you should know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm a bad example.
No, I
didn't know any of it, and I just kind of learned along the way.
I think that's a great example. I don't think that's a bad example. I think perseverance and creativity, because clearly you have those traits. So I think you're a perfect example of what it takes to be successful. So, but now saying that, probably I think you're right. Somebody who's thinking of opening a restaurant right now, challenging thing. But do you see a void where you're like, if somebody wanted to do
I think there's always voids.
There's
always
right?
something, right? I mean, like look back at, you know, like throughout time, there's always like something new. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's like, you know, like this came along and it's like trendy and it's like, you know, it's good for a while. But some things, like a lot of things just come along and then they just stay, right?
Yeah.
You know, like I remember like where I used to live, there were no sushi places. And then like one opened and then like I tried it and I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And now it's, you know,
lots of places.
It's just another
mainstream
type of food.
Yeah. Totally.
So there's still always there's always room for more things, and people will become familiar with it over time. Mm-hmm. And I think there's, you know, people are always looking for something novel, but it can't just be novelty. Like there has to be, like everything else has to be solid.
Yeah.
Like it can't be that like the only thing you have going for you is that it's like catchy or it's like trendy.
Yeah.
Like
you got a good mix.
Otherwise you have no, there's no like staying power to that.
Yeah. So you got into the pizzas because you had it over at Descendants. You're like, I can't get this anywhere. And then that inspired that. Do you plan on doing this for a while, or are you already thinking of something else?
I don't know. I kind of, this is, so over lockdown, I ended up closing. I had 2 locations of Poke. Mm-hmm. And like the market location was like most of our customers there. Like I'd say 95% of our customers were like local workers. Mm-hmm. And there used to be like a lot of offices in the building that was attached to that building. Mm-hmm. That's all gone. Mm-hmm. Like I know people that still have places there, and they said like that regular foot traffic is just gone. Yeah. And then I had just opened MaiPai. Mm-hmm. So it just got to a point where I had to choose between like having more energy to focus on MaiPai, mm-hmm. or spending like every waking hour trying to keep both places going and probably doing like a bad job of both.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, now I just so I decided to close the other place. I mean, the first stall, like I said, I opened it for like a few $1,000s.
Yeah.
And then the second one, we had like a little takeout location. It was probably like 400 square feet. Same thing. Like I did most of the work myself, or like with one of my guys. We had a contractor come in to do some stuff, like mostly plumbing, and we had to do like fire rated drywall for the ceilings.
Right.
But otherwise, like everything I built, and then was always pretty good at like finding used equipment and then replacing it as
needed.
Yeah, as needed.
Yeah. Sweet.
And so yeah, it was like because like I didn't have debt from it. I was able to just decide like I'm just gonna close it.
Yeah. Dissolve. Yeah.
Yeah.
So MaiPai's here to stick around for a bit.
Yeah.
I like it.
And yeah, it's really like, so after I closed that, it was kind of the first time, and I also stopped freelancing in IT, is kind of the first time in my life that I've only had, or the first time at least in the last 10 years that I've only been doing one thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm at the point where like I've got like a really good staff.
Nice.
So like I can get away and like I can do a lot more work on the business.
Yeah.
Than like I'm not always like in it all the time.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, it's something I'm working on too with mine.
Yeah. So especially like this last year, there's like a lot of stuff that I wanted to do at the bar. Like a lot of other things that I wanted to do that I'm finally just getting to.
Nice. What are some of those?
We're finally getting shirts made. We're getting like custom glassware made.
Sweet.
Yeah. So we got like a Tiki artist to come up with a design.
Sweet.
And they're being made right now.
Nice.
So we'll have them in time for like it's going to be like our 4th year anniversary.
Oh, nice. When
like mid-January.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
So we'll have those in time for that. And I mean, like one of the things with tiki bars is like there's a lot of people that go to a bunch and they like to like buy like a souvenir or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're finally going to have that stuff.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Where is the closest tiki bar nearby other than
us? I think the only other, there's Shameful Tiki in Toronto.
Interesting.
And in Waterloo, there's the Grand Surf Lounge.
Wow.
Yeah. I think there used to be a place in Fonthill, but I don't think it's around anymore.
The Hawaiian?
I can't remember what it's called. There's definitely something that had that kind of feel.
There was a Hawaiian restaurant on South Pelham for a bit. It was kind of tiki-like, but I don't know if it was a tiki bar, but kind of, interesting. Not that I'm a tiki bar expert or anything, but I have a bunch of lighthearted questions, unless there's anything that you want to talk about at all. I just got a few.
Sure.
Yeah. One of the things that I ask everybody, and I'm definitely really curious to see how you answer this one.
All right.
Is if you were on death row, what would your meal be?
Oh, probably chicken rice.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, like Hainanese chicken rice.
Which is?
It's like a poached chicken.
Ooh.
It's usually, so you poach a chicken and then the rice is cooked with like aromatics and the chicken broth.
Ooh.
So it's very much, you have to like a specific texture.
Right.
Like it almost tastes, and like sometimes it looks like the chicken is not fully cooked.
Oh,
but
yeah?
there's and like the skin gets kind of like a gelatinous texture.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just really love it.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it is.
What else?
Ooh, probably fried chicken.
Kind.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Drink of choice for this.
Ooh, it's a tough one. Probably like just like an MGD.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I got MGD in the fridge too. Nice. Would there be a dessert?
Not huge into dessert.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I mean, like my death row meal would be a whole bunch of things. Would you add in any more? That's the first things that came to mind.
I don't know. I mean, that's probably it.
That would be a good one.
I don't know how, like, if you can add anything.
Anything.
Well, then there'd be like a huge list probably. I just like eat a little bit of everything.
Yeah, see, like myself, if I'm on death row and they're giving me the last meal, I'm filling this table with food and I'm eating myself to death. So I would get the big list, but those were the first couple that came to mind for you.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like it. This one's even interesting. So I that's a question I ask everybody, and then I came up with a bunch of stuff I wanted to ask just lightheartedly. What do you like on your pizza?
What do I like on my pizza? I really just like a pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm getting pizza somewhere, like most of the time, like I wanna try the pizza. So like I'll just get a cheese or I get a pepperoni.
Yeah.
Unless like they have, I'll always get like if I go to a place and they have like really funky combinations, then I'll try that.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm always like curious to see like what people are coming up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel the same way. Like if we were to go for pizza again, we would get like a standard and then
I feel that's always a good one. That's always a good combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Favorite kind of music or era of music?
I'm a heavy metal guy.
Yes, you told me this last time. That's sweet. You've been to some concerts and stuff too, right?
Yeah, I've been after lockdown. There was a festival that I'd wanted to go to, basically for like the last 20 years, and like after all the lockdowns stopped and everything, I was kind of just like fuck it, like I just bought a ticket.
I love it.
And then I talked to my wife and we planned a trip to Europe because it's in Germany, like it's in the north of Germany.
Right.
Yeah.
What is that again?
It's called Walk-In.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been running for over 30 years, and it's like a big. So I think the village is like 2,000 people.
Right.
And during the festival, there's 85,000 people that go there, and they're almost everyone's camping there.
Wow.
It's just like a huge.
It's
like a huge party. It's a really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went last year, and then I went again this year.
You went twice.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, is that a once in a lifetime thing or is it a repeat?
I'll go back for sure.
Yeah.
But not next year. Yeah. There's too many other places that we both want to go to, and it's hard to like figure out going over without making it like a bigger trip.
Yeah.
Like last this year when we went away for almost a month.
It's amazing.
And like we went to Amsterdam, and then I went to the festival, and my wife stayed in Amsterdam because she used to live there. Mm-hmm. So she has friends there, and she does not like heavy metal. She does not want to go camping for a week.
Right.
Yeah. So I went to the festival, and then we met back up in Hamburg, and we rented a car. We went up to Denmark, and then like Copenhagen, and then we drove all the way through like Sweden and Norway. Like we drove up through the mountains.
That's so
and everything,
sick.
And did like a loop back to Copenhagen.
That's a good indicator. You guys got a good relationship that you're all able to travel together and separate. And
yeah, I mean, I think
it's awesome.
You have to be able to do stuff like
that.
It's
awesome. Not everybody does that. Like Robin and I are like that too. Like we have a lot of similarities where we like to travel where we can too. And we've taken separate trips. Like I just went to Vegas with the boys, and she's gone out west before with the girls and stuff. And yeah, it's nice because, like not all relationships are like that. So it's nice when you're in a good relationship like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like you respect what each other are into.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's one of my questions on here too. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? So it's funny we're talking
right
about
now. I really want to go to Mexico City.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about going like over Halloween.
Yeah.
But maybe next Halloween. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, for the death party.
Yeah, for Halloween, and then like the Day of the Dead.
I think
is like I don't know if it's the same day, but
I don't know.
It's always like a few days after.
Right in there. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, that would be a cool one.
And then there's so much good food there.
I love Mexican food. Yeah. Yeah, we love Mexicans up there for us for sure. Have you been to Italy?
I haven't yet.
Does that fall on your list of places wanting to go?
It's on there. Yeah.
What about?
It's just it's tough to decide like where
to
go.
Yeah, I know. I feel you. What about Japan? Is that on the list?
I went.
Oh, sick.
2018.
And
it's amazing.
yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah, it was like the first big trip I took, and like we were talking about, like I went by myself because my wife was not interested in going.
Yeah.
But she was totally cool.
Yeah.
Like I went for.
You got a good wife. I haven't met her yet.
A bit over 3 weeks.
Oh, nice.
So I went to Japan, and then I went to like 5 other countries. Because like once you're over there, it's easy to like fly around.
Yeah.
And I got really good at, when I started my business, I got really good at taking advantage of credit card point programs.
Good call.
Like we like never pay for flights.
Good call.
Like we've been traveling like multiple times a year and just on points. Like everything from both our businesses we put through cards, and we keep cycling them to get sign up bonuses.
Smart. Yeah. Did you have the best sushi you've had in Japan, or?
Yeah. Sure. And I mean, it's also like you could sushi. You can get. I'd say you can get kind of like the highest level of sushi in most, maybe not most cities, but like a lot of cities now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the stuff gets flown over, like same
Fresh.
day.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of like the chefs have really proliferated everywhere, so you can get really high quality stuff almost anywhere.
Good to know. Because
I mean, it's also the thing where it's like, like when you travel somewhere, like mentally, you can't separate that from, like, it becomes part of the experience too. So, like in your head, you're like, this is the best.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Totally.
But like I went to a place that was like, I think it was like 6 seats, and like there's one chef and an assistant, and he's cutting everything and handing it to you like each piece, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Was that expensive or reasonable?
I think it was like $250. So it's
an experience.
Cheap, but it's an experience. And like when I stayed in Japan, like when I was in Tokyo, I stayed in basically like an internet cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's funny because I saw a documentary later, and they were talking about like is like people that live in them full time, and they're like talking about how sad they are.
Yeah.
And it's like it's basically a room. Like it's not even like a floor to ceiling wall. Like it's
a box.
You open a door, and the room is the size of a single mattress. Wow. And the floor is the mattress. So like you open the door and the whole room is a mattress, and then there's like a computer on one end and some hooks, and that's like your whole room.
And that's where you stayed.
Yeah, that's where I stayed. Because it was $30 a night.
That's amazing.
Like, in Shinjuku in Tokyo.
That's amazing.
So I mean, like I wanted to spend all my money on food.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I could travel like that. I could roll like that. Same thing.
Like if I'm traveling on my own, like I can travel like that.
Budget it up on the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it means so little.
If I'm traveling with my wife, she likes nice rooms.
Yeah. And
like thing. She's like it's just like the experience of the room is like more important to her.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Like it's the same. It's not like I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like it's not my priority.
Yeah.
But she likes it, so that's where we go.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same. We got similar. We're living in similar environments, just in different areas. Me and you.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
Not even on here, but I'm curious. Some restaurants that you like to. What are some of your go-to restaurants?
In Hamilton, if I'm just looking for like something quick, I'll always go to McQueen's for a banh mi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think they do the best banh mi in Hamilton. They bake the bread there every day.
Ooh.
And it's like really, really solid.
What's it called?
McQueen's.
McQueen's, yeah.
Yeah. Or I go to Ronnie's.
Roddy's?
Ronnie's, Rony.
Yeah. And they've got the same food?
No, he does like, it's like an Iraqi chicken wrap.
Ooh.
Yeah, or a plate. Yeah, it's really good.
I like it. Any other faves or go-tos?
If we're looking at like somewhere to like go sit down, probably Rapscallion.
Rapscallion?
Yeah.
And what's that?
They do, it's kind of like, just like fun, like tasting plates, like sharing plates, but like a lot of, not so much now, but like when they first opened, they did a lot of like nose to tail stuff.
Nose to tail stuff.
So like they would do like a grilled cheese with, I think it had like tongue in it. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like fun stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
and
it.
they were like, I think they had just opened when we first moved to Hamilton. And now they have like, I don't know, like 8 restaurants or something.
Do you ever come down this way to eat? Or probably wouldn't, because getting drawn to Niagara.
I'm trying to think.
I asked because...
We go to St. Catharines sometimes.
Yeah, because my favorite restaurant is in St. Catharines, Oddbird. They have,
we've been there.
Yeah?
Yeah. I want to go because they have, I'm assuming it's the same company. They have like a pizza place too, right?
Odd Bar. Yeah. They
I've
do
been
a
meaning to
Detroit
go
style.
out there.
Yeah, they do a Detroit style. It's my favorite pizza in St. Catharines. And that's what I mean. Over time, like I've noticed that the Detroit style is done by people that do it well. Like, and yeah, they have a Detroit style and then a regular circle that they do kind of like a thicker crust on. But yeah, those... We have oftentimes when we go to Oddbird, because they don't take reservations and it's small, it's like 20, 30 seats in there.
Yeah.
We'll go there. We got to wait for a seat. So we'll walk over to Oddbar because it's around the corner.
Oh, that's perfect.
And grab like a pizza or a pound of wings or both, because we'll have a group. We'll have a little app and then go there. But yeah, both spots, you would like both of them, I'm sure. It would be interesting. I
think... from what I remember, Oddbird is pretty similar to Rapscallion.
Yeah, I think so.
Like the type of stuff they do.
Because I think they've mentioned that place to me before, because they've talked about a place out in Hamilton that does some stuff kind of like them. So I think, but if you're ever looking to change it up or come St. Catharines way, like those are Odd Bar, definitely places to hit up.
Yeah, we came out, probably, I think it was only a couple of weeks ago. We went to Fat Rabbit.
Oh, not yet. No.
Yeah, it was really good.
We drove by there and we seen them, and it was funny because I didn't know they were there because they haven't been open too long. And Robin's like, I want to go there.
Yeah, you should go there.
And I'm like, why? And all just from driving by, she's like, she's like, that sign is like screaming confidence. And I looked them up.
It's all really solid. And like they butcher everything in-house. So it's like a butcher shop and a restaurant.
Yeah, eh?
Like everything they bring in is like really good quality, and they're making all kinds of charcuterie and sausages and everything.
How did you find out about them?
The chef there, he was the chef at a restaurant I know in Toronto, and then also he was the chef at when Matty Matheson did that pop-up barbecue restaurant.
Yeah, Meat Plus
and
Three.
Then I know some guys that worked with him.
Nice.
And he was doing it's like a sandwich pop-up at Bushel and Peck in St. Catharines.
Yeah.
So I came out to try that, and like all his food was really good.
Nice.
Like he did sandwiches, but like everything in them was like cooked over a live fire, and like just really, really like really solid flavors and like nice combinations. And he was talking about like he was working on opening this place. So some friends of mine, we went down. We ate like half the menu.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. I was looking.
There's a lot. I mean, like you can get because it's a butcher shop. Like you can get anything they have there, and they'll cook it for you.
That's amazing.
Right? And they have like great steaks and like kind of like any cut you can think of.
So definitely worth trying.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll add it to the list.
Very. It's like very distinct. Like when you think of places where, like, you look at the menu, and you think like, like there's not a lot of places you can compare it to. Sorry.
Yeah, get it out. All good. Bless you. Get it out. Homer tattoo. I love that one.
It's the fish bulb.
That's so
it's
sick.
Mr. Sparkle.
That's so sick. That's amazing. It's
funny because there is a tattoo artist I follow, and she posted saying that like she had like a cancellation, so she had like you can go get a flash tattoo. So I messaged her, I was like, yeah, I want this. I didn't realize that she moved her shop from Hamilton, or that she didn't work in Hamilton anymore. She moved to like Woodstock.
Right.
Yeah, it's like an hour away.
So you had to go all the way out there?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they have a big antique mall there. So
Gotcha.
I found a couple of things for the bar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, I'm always looking for more stuff to add to it.
Sweet. Let's see if I got anything left here. Yeah, I don't even know if I've asked all these questions. What about, just best piece of advice you could give anyone? That's a super broad one.
Wow. Make mistakes, but learn from them.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's really good. Who played a big role in who you are today?
Well, my parents, for sure.
I can see that.
Like, it's like work ethic and showing me how to treat people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I think that's a common theme when coming across good people, that they had parents that had a good influence on them.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised by that one. What do you want to be remembered for? I know these are like, I said lighthearted, but some of these questions are like pretty deep.
That's deep.
I know. I don't even know if I've asked anyone a couple of these. We're getting to the bottom because I'm just interested now.
I don't know. Just I want someone to be like, oh, like I've never eaten that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Last one. What would you do if you won $1 billion?
I guess whatever I wanted, really.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I've always said that like if I had a pile of money, I would build a food hall. But
what's a food hall?
So it's like think like a food court.
Yeah,
but not chains.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have like one place and like like everyone has their own kitchen, but there's usually like some shared things like for say like dishwashing or like a lot of seating and everything.
Yeah.
But like try to like really make it focused on like helping people, like providing a place for people to start a food business.
That'd be sweet.
I think it would have to be like a situation where it's like you're doing it because you have a bunch of money and like you just want to help people.
Yeah.
I think I think it'd be like a hard business to actually run.
Tough business model. Yeah.
At least like if you had the goal of like providing that type of space for people.
Yeah. It'd have to be like a not-for-profit or a non-profit or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's sweet.
And then kind of like also like, like people that work there have access to like, say like, like you have like accountants that work with them or people in marketing or, like all the things that are, it's hard to like put together like all that whole picture of running a business. It's not just, like opening a restaurant. It's like just because you're a good chef doesn't mean you can run a restaurant.
Totally. There's all those aspects.
There's so many more aspects to running a business. I mean, I'd say like majority of people I know that cook, that like work in restaurants, they're better cooks than I am. Yeah. But I think there's like some things I know like about
running
other sides
a business. Yeah. Makes sense.
Or marketing or seeing things differently.
Yeah. Solid.
Yeah.
Bro, this has been amazing.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Is there anything you want to mention? Well, I mean, definitely for anybody that made it all the way deep down to the end of this one. If they want to look you up, you definitely have Instagram.
Yeah. MaiPai Tiki is our business Instagram.
And you got a website?
Yep. It's maipai.ca.
.ca. And you're in Hamilton, located at?
We're by Barton and Sherman, really like 5 minutes from the stadium.
Nice. Yeah. And anything else? This was solid. This was pretty easy, eh? What'd you think of this coming all the
super.
way down to Wainfleet to shoot shit with some crazy pizza eating guy?
Super easy.
I like it.
Yeah.
Bro, this was amazing. I really appreciate you coming. I cannot wait to come out and experience your place. It's going to be before Christmas. And
Sure. Yeah. Make sure you make a reservation. It's filling up, man.
so make a reservation now.
Yeah. Our system books up to like a month in advance.
So I got to get on there right now.
Yeah, like we're like this weekend is already pretty much fully booked.
Yeah.
And like Friday and Saturday book up the earliest, especially like for bigger tables.
If I bring 4 people, how long can we stay for before you kick us out? How does that work?
We usually do like 2 hours, but it's always like if there's room, and
Yeah.
it's easiest to like if you request like when you're making the reservation.
Should I book more for the end then to keep you late, or do you hate when people like me do that?
No, we always just stay until everyone's done.
Gotcha. Well, after you leave here, I'm going to be talking to Robin about what days look like we're going to come down, because I don't want to miss that.
Yeah, when we do the Christmas pop-up, it's usually like our busiest time of the year.
Interesting. Yeah. I like it. Do I have to wear an ugly sweater, Christmas sweater to come?
You don't have to.
But I will be. Sounds good. All right. This was awesome. Thanks again.
Cool.